I'm so happy. These pictures just warm the soul. Hello, my royal lovelies, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a moment. I've not been feeling very well, but I have returned this Sunday because, like I said, my heart has just warmed. Catherine has been seen in the car at church at Balmoral, Crathie Kirk, and I could not be more overjoyed to see her. Isn't it funny how we get just a little glimpse of Catherine, a little bit of an obscured glimpse through, very glossy glass car window, and we all go absolutely nuts. It's like we have been deprived of Catherine, even though we've had, that amazing video over the past few weeks. We feel like we've been sort of Catherine starved, if you like, over the past year in general. So when we get even the slightest glimpse of her obscured through a car window, she's wearing a big hat, obscuring, part of her face. And we just go absolutely nuts and overjoyed. And of course, this is the first time that she's been seen in public since she revealed that she has finished her course of chemotherapy. She did go to an engagement last week. It was entered into the court circular. As far as I'm aware, there haven't been any photographs released of that, so I can't show you any. But it's good to know that behind the scenes, she is getting back to royal duties. And of course, when something is an official royal duty, there's sort of a meeting, or there has to be something that makes it an official royal duty that can be recorded. A lot of the background work, the research, the speech writing, a lot of all that kind of stuff, or even if they're not writing their own speeches, the speech rehearsals, all the background sort of low-key stuff does not get recorded as an engagement. It has to actually be, you go somewhere or you meet somebody, or, it has to actually be something tangible. So what we don't see, when we see all these yearly lists of how many engagements certain royals have done, it's not the full and whole picture, because you have to think there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and not just with the actual work. There's also, how you look, the clothes. You've got to have outfit fittings if you're going on a royal tour, for example. Anyway, I'm digressing. I do like to go off on a tangent. Reel me in. So let's take a look. Now, at church, it's always telling who is at Balmoral on any particular week. Now, remember, we are heading towards, we are the very end of the royals' summer holiday. We think that the King and Queen are going to stay a little bit longer and have a bit of an extended break. Catherine, of course, is kind of on an extended ongoing break as she heals, as she so rightly should, my loves. Catherine, if you're watching this, you never know if she's watching. Take your time, my lovey. Take your time and get better, because that is what we all want. We all want you to feel better and to get better and to stay healthy. So you concentrate on, you do you, boo, is what they say, I think. So it's the end of the sort of summer period. So many royals sort of have gone back to work at this point, or at least some semblance of work. So at Balmoral this week, we saw, of course, Prince William, the Prince of Wales. We saw King Charles. We saw Queen Camilla, although I only saw a little glimpse of her in the photos that have come back so far. I've only seen a little glimpse of Queen Camilla, but I can see a fantastic hat. So that's sort of all we saw there. Now, Catherine was wearing one of her favourite khaki hats, which she has previously worn to other notable church services. She sat in the passenger seat of the car while William was driving. I always like to see pictures of William driving. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a weird thing. Maybe it's just me. Who else likes to see pictures of William driving? Or on a motorbike? Did you see the picture of him when he was riding a motorbike? Oh, he looks hot. Anyway, he's still got his beard, my loves. Controversial beard, but I think the general consensus is that most people like it. I've seen a few comments. I've read the comments. There are some of you that hate beards in general and hate the beard on William. I love it. I think the majority of viewers and the majority of people are actually really digging the beard. it's sexy, it's hot, I don't know, it's very manly, it's very butch. I like it. I like it. I like a manly man. I like a bit of hair on the chest and hairs on the legs. And a bit of hair on the face doesn't go amiss either. So William is hitting all the marks for me. I mean, I think he's gone up exponentially in the attractive stakes with the addition of the beard. I mean, he's always had a strong jawline and he's always looked pretty hot. I mean, a lot of the Sussex squad, yes, we'll go there and we'll mention them. They pick on him for having lost his hair. And we all know that this is something, male pattern baldness is a thing that many, many, many men have to go through. And it can be traumatic. It can be traumatic. Just as much as, everyone has their beauty issues, don't they? And it can be traumatic. Don't make the mistake in thinking just because we're talking about a man, that they're not bothered about how they look and they're not bothered about what people say about them. The Sussex squad have been absolutely awful towards William for his lack of, for being follicular challenged, shall we say. And of course, this is completely ironic because, Prince Harry, the one who they champion, is also drastically losing his hair too. I'm not here to, take the fun or take the mickey of someone for losing their hair, but it's very, it's very apt, isn't it? Those in glass houses shouldn't cast stones. Harry taking the piss, for want of a better word, out of his brother in Spare for losing his hair when he's losing it himself. You couldn't write it. Oh, wait a minute. They did write it. Harry wrote it in his book. Ha ha. Not funny. Absolutely not funny. So William has been wearing his lack of hair proudly for years. As soon as it got to the point where, he couldn't really salvage the hair, he just kept his side bits of his hair really short. I mean, I would personally like to see him go the whole hog and completely shave his head. Go the whole hog, go completely bald. And just rock a much longer beard. I like the length of the beard that it's at the moment, but I think he could go longer. I mean, I think he's had a little bit of a trim. I think he has had a bit of a trim. I'm just kind of zooming in. It looks shaped. It looks like he's had somebody professionally groom it. I don't think he's done that himself, I have to say, because having a beard myself, I know how difficult it is to trim it and get it looking right. So it looks to me like he's probably had someone come in and trim it. And also it looks like he's growing a little bit of a very sexy, very attractive moustache as well, because it looks a little bit longer on the sort of upper lip going down the corners of his mouth. So that's a good look. That's actually very fashionable and very trendy at the moment. Normally, a lot of trends start with gay men. I have to say it. When beards first came back, it was a trend that was with gay men for about 2 years before it became mainstream. And I remember all this happening at the time. So we're going back, probably 15 years now that beards have been in. But it's a trend that started with gay men. And moustaches have been in with gay men. That the old 70s sort of porn star moustache. They have been making a comeback in the gay world for a couple of years now. And I'm not saying that William has gone for a gay porn star 70s moustache, but he's gone for a gay porn star 70s moustache. And I'm here for it. I am digging it. I am here 100% for it. So let's get back to Catherine. She was also wearing a pair of Cassandra Goad Temple of Heaven earrings in gold, which dangled down and reflected the light. Oh my goodness. So she wasn't wearing like her really, 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 really expensive jewellery. I mean, she is only going to church, but I imagine they are still quite expensive pieces for the majority of people out there. William was dressed in suit and tie. I mean, I like to see a resurgence of the dressing up for Sunday. It's very kind of old school, you dress up for church. I know some people still do it. Some people still go to church and dress up for the occasion. And I do like to see people dressing up. I'm a more is more sort of person when it comes to that. I do love the hat that Catherine's wearing. I know it's a repeat wear, but this is, a private occasion, if you like. So she's more than entitled to recycle or rewear clothes. She's looking glowy, I would say. She looks like she's rested. And I think hopefully that's what she's been doing during this summer period, is just resting, taking it easy, lying in the sun a little bit, getting some vitamin D. Now, the king, there's a big massive streak in front of his face on the photos coming back, but he's smiling. I can definitely see a smile. And as he's getting older, he's looking more and more and more like Queen Elizabeth II. The white hair, that sort of mid portion of the face is very Queen Elizabeth, actually. He's got his hands sort of clasped over one another. He looks very relaxed. It's a very relaxed pose. So I think we're seeing a very healthy and happy king. There's the slightest hint of Camilla that I can see poking through. But, she looks like she's wearing one of her lovely hats, which I wholeheartedly approve of. She always chooses fantastic hats. She's always got a good taste in millinery. So that's kind of it from today. Catherine is up at Balmoral. It's always a good chance to see who is where in the royal family. So I'm hoping they'll have an extended stay. I really do. I mean, don't rush back. We're thinking maybe we'll see Catherine at Remembrance Sunday. I think that is going to be the intention, to see her at the cenotaph. And remember, last year it was Remembrance Sunday at the cenotaph that I first spotted that perhaps she wasn't looking healthy. Again, I put that down at the time. I mentioned it and I stuck my neck out on the line because I knew that a lot of people would be saying, basically, how dare you mention that Catherine is not looking her best? But I said it anyway because it was something that I noticed, and it really stood out to me that she wasn't looking her best. She wasn't looking healthy. And I said at the time, maybe it's just because she was wearing black. Maybe it's because it was a grey November day. The lighting was awful. The shadows are cast. The photographic angles were not good. Remember, she was standing on the balcony. It's a sad occasion, so she wasn't smiling anyway. I kind of thought about all these different things. But looking back, I think that was the first sign for me that she wasn't healthy. Of course, we didn't know back then. I don't even think she necessarily probably 100% knew, unless she was having a few sort of health issues relating to whatever it was. We still don't know that she had the operation for. So for me, Remembrance Sunday marks a year of when I first noticed that there was something wrong. So go back and check my video on that. I did kind of call it. I didn't know at the time that it was a health concern, but I just spotted there was something slightly off. She didn't look her normal self, is what I'm trying to say. Everyone is entitled to not look their normal selves, especially when they're facing a health crisis. So, but for me, that was the precursor. That was the first clue. That was the first glimpse of it. And I'm glad now, looking back, that I did stick my neck out and I did kind of call it. So it's been a year. So Remembrance Sunday, to me, marks that whole kind of circle loop. And here we are almost a year later, where she's finished her treatment of chemo, and she's looking forward to a much brighter future. One that's still going to be hard work, one that's, she's still got to work at keeping herself cancer free. But everything is optimistic, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So hopefully we've all had a really good look at those photos coming back. Please leave comments what you think about William's beard and his moustache. I would love to see a full frontal photo of that moustache. I really would. Oh yes, I'd have that one blown up and put on my wall. Can I have a cardboard cutout, please? Full size. I want a full size William. I want a full size Big Willie. Yes, I do. I need a full size Big Willie. Anyway, I'm off. So but my voice held up. I tried to do a video earlier in the week and my voice cracked up. I just couldn't do it, which is why there's been a lack of video. I've lasted the whole time. Yay, I think I'm better. Anyway, Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a big old thumbs up. And please share. It really helps if you share on social media. Yes, go to the dreaded X and the Facebook and all the rest of it. And share and comment and like, because it tells YouTube that you're engaging and you're enjoying the video, which means that this sort of video will get pushed out to more and more like-minded people. Let's extend the reach of this channel, my loves. Right, so from me, mwah, to you all, have a lovely Sunday, get dressed up and swoon till your heart's content with William. Anyway, I'm off. Bye!